Alright, this is reflection paper number 6. I'm sorry for the audio in the background. Homie's playing some music. Hopefully you can hear me well. Yeah, personality and individual differences. So let me go into here. So just quickly recap. I know you know all this stuff, but I'm just going to say it anyways. So this was first kind of invented by Sigmund Freud, and he was curious about the psychoanalytical theory. And the two main parts of this were the unconscious and the conscious, as well as the ego, superego, and id. And so pretty much how this relates to me is that when I grew up, I was in a very sort of not really toxic household, but just sort of a lifestyle that comes from having a very macho dad that doesn't really show emotions and stuff like that. And my personality definitely was molded based around how he treated me and how the house felt, and the lack of emotion sharing. My mom really shared emotion. She cries a lot, but my dad, I think I've seen him cry 4 times in my entire life. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a quick little example of how this sort of relates to me in a sense. Is that when I grew up, since I couldn't share emotion, I hid behind drugs and adrenaline, mostly adrenaline and also drugs. I wasn't much of a pill person. I usually just smoked weed and ran away. But I kind of fucked up. I don't even know if I should be sharing this, but I mean, might as well, because probably never gonna see each other again, which is sad. But yeah, I used to steal cars, and I I didn't steal them and joyride them and break them. I would steal them and fix them, and then return them in a better shape than they were. Or I would just leave them in the parking lot if it was too suspicious to drop it back at that house, or a parking garage, something like that. It's really fucked up now I think about it. I know it's terrible, but I'm over that stuff. And yeah, that was just my adrenaline. And so whenever my dad would yell at me or something, I would be okay. Subconsciously, I was alright, I need to get out of here, I need to run, and I need to sort of live that sort of adrenaline, the devil on your shoulder lifestyle kind of thing. And that was my unconscious mind, just telling me, get out of there, you need to go find some sort of coping mechanism, and it's either gonna be drugs or adrenaline, or running away. And I just kind of started doing that. And let me see, I have one little drawing right here. I don't know where it went, but yeah, I had the id sort of just tell me that I was, not tell me, but it was in the back of my mind that I need to go away, right away, smoke, steal cars. And then it was my my super ego, which was just telling me that it was an okay idea, because I'm bipolar, and I didn't have that sort of I wasn't able to, I didn't know what was right and what was wrong. I just did it because I wanted to. And it's so weird, now I think back about it, how did I think it was okay steal a car, what the fuck. But I don't know, this wagon. So I have another picture right here. Here it is, found it. Let me move the camera so I can see it. But yeah, it's my id would tell me, you need adrenaline, you need to go do this right now, right now. This is all my unconscious mind. And then my super ego would be you can't, we're in the middle of fuck. Oh, my bad. Shit. Bad. It's there. And my super ego would be no, you can't do this right now. Your parents would hate you if you ever got caught. The police would hate you, or not hate you, but they would get you in trouble and stuff like that. But that was just for a second, a split second. And I didn't even think about it most of the time. I remember one time I was oh, if I get caught by the police, I'm fucked. I'm so fucked. But I was just yeah, it's not gonna happen. I'm smart. And I was lucky enough to never get caught for any of this, by the way. But very, very lucky. Also, the fact that I am white really plays into the role of getting away with all this. It's so fucked up to say that, like, but it's true. It's just a sad truth. Just because I'm white and because I come from a wealthy family. Fucked up, but it's true. And my ego would be like, all right, well, this is like me now. Like, this is like if I were to have the situation now, this is how I would deal with it. I would like find other coping mechanisms, such as like, oh, go play paintball because there's a paintball place here, or go do parapente, which is like it's paragliding, yeah, paragliding in English, and then or just like, because like usually cravings last like 3 minutes and stuff like that, so just to kind of like sit it through. But back then my ego would just be like, I didn't really have a conscious mind, to be honest, because like my frontal lobe was not, I'm not sure if this is true, I kind of want to ask you this also, but my therapy person told me that if like you drink and do drugs, your frontal lobe is just like, it's gray, like there's nothing there, and like you can't make like conscious like not smart, but conscious, common sense decisions in a sense, you know. And so I feel like that's like how I was. I just couldn't make any like common sense decisions at all, really. But yeah, that's just it. And then also that's like half of what I was going to talk about. The other half are this thing right here. Oh, that's not it. Yeah, so there's different stages. I was looking at this shit also. It's kind of interesting. Like the oral stage is for 0 to 18 months, and pretty much like the whole like task of the development for that age is just like moving from like the small like toddler, not even toddler, like infant, like I don't even know what to call it, dependency towards autonomy, which is like basically like growing up like slowly and like kind of like learning that you need to like be on your own at some point in your life, so you better start now. And then the next one ain't about no. But yeah, it's 18 to 36 months, and that's like learning to exercise and control one's body, one's impulses, and other people. If I'm being honest, I don't remember any of this part of my entire life. Not in my entire life, but like this part of my life, because I was way too young, so I can't really give any examples. But after a little bit, the next one right here, Oedipal, 5 to 6 years, mastering competitive urges and acquiring gender role related behaviors. So this is when like I identify as straight, but I always liked colorful things like shoes and like dresses and nail polish and makeup and stuff like that. And this always interests me because I'm a man of color. I like color. I'm wearing pink right now. Like, but yeah. So that's like my little 1-to-1 sort of for the Oedipal. Latency is 6 years through puberty, and that's pretty much like when I was like investing energy and being productive and rewarding tasks and activities like school, which I really didn't give a fuck about, to be honest. But I mean, I'm doing well now, I guess, so that's all right. And also like the rewarding tasks were like, I mean, it's like a mix. It's like a mix. Like the whole reason why I'm talking about this is like it ties to the other part I was talking about earlier. So I'm just gonna keep going with this. So then like the genital, which is like puberty onwards, I'd say it's from like, I don't even know, like 14, 15 towards, I don't know, like 25. I think your brain stops maturing. I'm not sure if that's puberty, but yeah. So like this is like, that area was when I was like doing stupid stuff, like stealing cars and smoking a lot of weed, and just had no frontal lobe whatsoever. And yeah, like the rewarding tasks for me were stealing cars and the adrenaline and like smoking weed. Like I felt like I was cool. Like I really thought it was cool smoking weed, like putting on my story on Snapchat and like dealing weed also. Like I ran away to California to deal weed. I thought that was cool. I did it because it was cool, and also because I thought it was cool, and also because like the adrenaline, like it's a whole nother story for some time. I'm gonna see if I can talk about my experience like running away to California in my next essay, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this sort of thing. But nope, lost that shit. Well, yep, I guess that's it.